Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Alexis High School. We're here for championship action in the first annual Lincoln Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament, as we're looking for some wild action tonight, as the championship matchup features the Galva Wildcats taking on your own Wethersfield Flying Geese. We'll be back with the starting lineup and the opening tip in just a few moments. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just minutes away from game time here, and we're about to bring you some facts now on both teams. The starting lineup for Galva Wildcats will be number 22, Kyle Volter, number 24, Eric Werkheiser, number 40, Jason King, number 42, Kyle Anderson, and number 44, Steven Schultz. Now this year, the Geese are 15-3 and 6-0 in the conference. The Wildcats are also at a 15-3 mark this year, so they're pretty evenly matched. The Geese have already given the Wildcats one defeat this year. The Wildcats have not been able to defeat the Geese, as this will be their second meeting of the season. Some statistics on the Geese. For the Geese, Jason Angel, number 23, is averaging 16 points a game. Lovett at 9.5, Mila Bresky at 9.3, Odell at 7.1, Jackson at 6.8, Jacobs at 4.9, and Blake at 4.8. And the three-point specialty, Josh Odell, is 50% on his three-point attempts. Free throw percentage has been big for the Geese because they've been going to the line many times. Angel brings in 65.3% of his free throw shots. Very high number. Lovett is getting 56% even of his free throw shots. And Viola Bresky's racking up at 67.6% of his free throw shots. We're almost ready for the opening tip. It'll be time for some wild action in the championship matchup of the first annual Lincoln Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. It'll be the Wildcats and the Geese here in about 14 seconds. Let's now take you to your PA address man, Howard Finger. And here are the starting lineup. Number 22 for the Wildcats, he's Kyle Volker. He's number 5. He's a senior for the Geese. He's Josh Odell. He's number 44 of the Wildcats. He's Steven Schultz. He's a senior for the Geese. He's number 21, Christian Jackson. He's number 42 for the Wildcats. He's Kyle Anderson. He's number 42. He's a junior. He's Brandon Lovett. He's number 24 for the Wildcats. He's Eric Werkheiser. He's a sophomore, the only starting sophomore for the Geese. He's number 33, Scott Bielobrewski. And he is number 40 for the Wildcats. He is Jason King. And he's number 23, rounding out the Wethersfield starting lineup. He's Jason Angel. Both teams are ready, and the Wildcats are coached by head coach Brad Hewitt, and they are assisted by assistant coach Steve Paxson. The Geese are coached by head coach Greg Reinhardt and assisted by Ed Jackson and Paul Lepra. And I believe we're ready for the Geese versus the Wildcats. It's the championship matchup of the first annual Lincoln Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. It'll be Angel against Anderson for the tip. And it's going to belong to Jason King. He's going to get it over to Schultz. Schultz going to go up for it and gets 2 points after Wildcats are on the board early. It's 2-0 Wildcats. with 7:48 to play here in the first quarter. And now Jackson, he's going to give it over to the Angel. Angel's going to drive in on him, just short of the paint, and we have a foul on the play. It'll be on number 40, Jason King. King will pick up his first foul, team first. It'll belong to the Geese, out of bounds. Inbounding for the Geese will be number 21, Christian Jackson. Jackson gets it to Odell at the top of the key. He's going to give it back to Jackson. Jackson now, he's going to give it over to Violet Bresky. Over to Angel at the free throw line. He goes up for it. Gets blocked by number 40, Jason King. Now they're scrambling for it. It gets picked up by the Wildcats, number 22, Kyle Volkert. Into the hands of King. Almost deflected, but into the hands of Schultz. Over to Werkheiser. Into number 42, Kyle Anderson. He goes up, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Geese fouls on number 42, Brandon Lovett. That was his first, team first. At the line shooting two for the Wildcats is number 42, Kyle Anderson. And Anderson misses on the first attempt. However, he'll have one more. And now Anderson looking for the second one. He misses both free throws. That gets rebounded by Jason Angel and given over to Josh Odell. And now Odell is going to give it over to the Angel. Just shy of three-point territory. He's going to give it over to Violet Bresky. And now Violet Bresky's going to look to do something with it. He needs to get rid of it, gets it to Lovett. And the Wildcat fans are crazy here today. As Angel has the ball going for a long two. He comes up short. And now get rebounded by the Wildcats. Number 24, Eric Werkheiser, into the hands of Volkert. And now number 40, Jason King, going to give it over to number 22, Kyle Volkert. Into Werkheiser's hands. Werkheiser over to number 44, Stephen Schultz. Now to number 22, Kyle Volkert, into the lane. Out to number 24. He misses that one. It gets rebounded by the Angel. Over to Josh Odell. And now Odell looking to set up something here. He's out by the volleyball lines. He's going to give it to the Angel. He's at three-point territory. Across the court, over to Odell, who's going to pop for three. It's good. And the Geese are on the board. It's 3-2. Geese lead it with 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And Violet Bresky fouled number 40, Jason King. Violet Bresky will pick up a foul here. Violet Bresky picks up his first foul. That was the team's second. Inbounding for the Wildcats is number 22, Kyle Anderson. And there's Volkert with the ball. He's going to give it over to Werkheiser. Werkheiser to Anderson. Anderson up for two. It's no good. Got rebounded by number 40, Jason King. That's no good. Got rebounded by the Geese into the hands of Josh Odell. And Odell now with the ball. Odell's errant pass intended for Jason Angel never got to him. It went out of bounds. It'll belong to the Wildcats with 5:27 to play here in the first quarter. And now Stephen Schultz set the inbound for the Wildcats. He gets it into number 24, Eric Werkheiser, over to Volkert. Volkert getting defended by Christian Jackson. He crosses the half-court line. Out by the volleyball lines, he's going to give it to number 24, Eric Werkheiser. Werkheiser drives into the lane and drops down the easy two. It's 4-3. Wildcats lead it with 5:08 to play in the first. Now Violet Bresky with the ball, going to give it over to Jackson. Jackson over to Odell. Odell to the Angel. Angel now looking to do something with it. Little bounce pass into Lovett. Lovett gets it. No good. Call charging on him. And it'll belong to the Wildcats with 4:51 to play here in the first quarter. The Wildcats lead it over the Geese by a score of 4-3. And now Schultz set to inbound for the Wildcats. He's going to get it into number 24. Over to Volkert. Volkert now over to Werkheiser. or Schultz, excuse me. Schultz in at number 40, Jason King, and now there's it's going to be a jump ball. And it'll belong to the Geese. Number 44, Brett Jacobs, is going to inbound for the Geese. And into the lineup for the Wildcats is number 30, Tobias Tingley. And Jacobs inbounds to the Angel. Now Angel, he's giving a nice little pass over to Odell. It's more or less a handoff. Odell to Jacobs at the top, three-point land for three, no good. Got rebounded by Tingley. Over to Schultz. And now Schultz gonna look to set up something. He's gonna get it to King, over to Volkert. And now Volkert's gonna give it over to King. King to Schultz. Schultz at the elbow. Passed it, got picked off by Jackson. Gave it over to Angel, almost lost it, got it. Goes up for two just short of the paint and scores. Geese lead it 5-4 with 3:53 to play here in the first. And now number 44, Steven Schultz with the ball, looking to get across half-court line, passes it to Volkert. At three-point land, he's going to give it over to Schultz. Schultz to King. King's going to give it over to Kingleth. And now into the hands of Volkert. Over to number 42, Kyle Anderson. That's no good on the shot attempt, rebounded by Odell. Odell's now going to give it to Bilebreski, who's going to pop for three. No good. Going to get rebounded by Jackson. Jackson finds the outlet in Jacobs. And now over to Odell at the free throw line. No good. That gets rebounded by Jacobs. The rebounding presence on the Geese team. And now Angel's going to pop for three. That's no good. It's going to get rebounded by number 44, Steven Schultz. Schultz now going to give it over to number 42, Kyle Anderson. Over to King. King now looking to come to the elbow. Going to give it back out to Volkert. Volkert just within the free throw line, throws it up, gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. The Geese foul was on number 21, Christian Jackson. That's his first, team fourth. At the line shooting two will be number 22, Kyle Volkert. He misses the first one. Checking into the Geese lineup are number 32, Tamir Howe, and number 40, Brad Blake. Into the Wildcat lineup are number 50, Dustin Milton, and number... Well, he makes good on one of two. And now the Angel with the ball. It's all tied up at 5 with 2:52 to play here in the first. And now Blake with the ball. He's going to give it to Jacobs. Jacobs over to Blake. Blake to the Angel. Angel at three-point land, going to drive into the paint, and there's a foul on the floor. That foul was on number 40, Jason King. That's his second, team's second. He's got the inbounds. Now in the hands of Jackson. Over to Blake. Blake now going to drive into the paint, and he scores two. As the Geese lead it over the Wildcats by a score of 7-5 with 2:25 to play here in the first. And now into the hands of Volkert. He's at the top of the key. He's going to give it over to number 24, Eric Wertheiser. And the number 40, Jason King. It went out of bounds. It'll belong to the Geese with 2:14 to play here in the first. And now Jacob set the inbound. He gets it to the Angel. Angel now at the volleyball lines. Comes to three-point line. Lost his dribble. Got it back. Gave it over to Blake. Blake to Jackson. Jackson back to Blake. Blake now going to give it to Howe. Howe back to Blake. Over to Jackson. Jackson over to the Angel at three-point line. Now he's going to give it back to Blake. Blake looking to do something with it. He's going to give it over to Jackson. They need to set up a play here instead of running out time. And there's a lob pass into the Angel. Angel's going to fade away. It's not going to be any good as it's rebounded by Milliken. Into the hands of Volkert now. Volkert crosses the half-court line. At the three-point line now. He's going to look to set something up here. He drives in, gets double-teamed over to number 24, Eric Wertheiser, into the paint. Into number 40, Jason King, and it's no good. As Kingleth will go to the line to shoot two. That Geese fouls on number 32, Tamir Howell. That's his first, team 5th of the half. And the Geese are once again in foul trouble early as Kingliff makes the first free throw. They'll soon be going 1-1, and they'll probably get a double bonus before the half is over. Into the Galva lineup is number 42, Kyle Anderson. Checking back for the Geese is number 33, Scott Bilabreski. He's going to check in for Blake. And now Tingliff looking for the second one. He makes good on 2 free throws as it's all tied up at 7 with 1:20 to play here in the first. And now Jacobs inbounds to Jackson. Jackson going to walk it down across half-court line, give it to Bilabreski, over to Jackson. Jackson over to Howell. Howell looking to get it into the ankle. No, gives it to Jacobs. Back to Howell, thought better of the 3. And bounce pass gets deflected by number 50, Milliken. And it'll belong to the Geese. It's all tied up at 7 with 1:02 to play here in the first. And now Josh Odell's going to check into the Wethersfield lineup. He replaces Howell. And now Jackson set to inbound. He's going to get it to Bilabreski. Bilabreski travels with it. It'll belong to the Wildcats with 1:01 to play in the first. Number 44, Stephen Schultz, set to inbound. He gets it to Volkert. Volkert at the opposite free throw line, now crossing half-court line. He's going to get it to Schultz. Into an open number 42, Kyle Anderson, who drops it down for 2. As the Wildcats lead it 9-7 with 45 seconds to play here in the first. Now Jackson over to Bilabreski. Bilabreski back to Jackson. Jackson's going to give it to Odell. Odell over to Bilabreski. As Bilabreski's going to give it back to Jackson. Bobo over to the Angel. Angel going to go up for it. He gets 2 points. It's all tied up at 9 with 25 seconds to play in the first. And Volkert now with the ball, looking for perhaps the final shot of the quarter. He's going to get double teamed. Volkert goes around both of them, gets it to number 44, back to Volkert. And to number 42, Anderson. Anderson for 2, no good, with 3 seconds to play here in the first. At the end of 1, it's a dead heat between the Wildcats and the Geese. They're tied at 9-all. Let's see what happens here in the second quarter. We're set for the second quarter here, as it'll be Wildcats ball. Schultz is going to inbound to Volkert. Volkert yet to cross half-court line. He does now. He'll get it to number 50, Milliken. Over to Schultz. Schultz now to Milliken at the free throw line. Over to Anderson. Anderson to number 44. Schultz back to Anderson. Anderson into number 24, Eric Werkheiser, who went up for 2. Not going to happen. It'll belong to the Geese with 7:37 to play here in the second. It's all tied at 9. And now Jacobs inbounds to Jackson. Jackson's going to walk it down here. He crosses half-court line, gives it to Bilabreski. Bobo back to Jackson. Jackson back to Bilabreski. Over to Jackson once again at the top of the key. He's going to give it over to Odell now. Odell's going to drive. Went for the pass off of the knee of number 40, Jason King. It'll belong to the Geese with 7:16 to play here in the second. Jackson now set to inbound. He's going to get it into number 5, Josh Odell. Over to Bilabreski, to Jackson, who's going to pop for 3. That's no good. It'll get rebounded by Volkert. Volkert now to Schultz. Schultz to number 40, Jason King. And King picks up the foul from Bilabreski. That'll be foul number 2 on Scott Bilabreski. Team 6 of the half so far. And at the line shooting 2 for the Wildcats is number 40, Jason King. He misses the first one. He'll get another chance here. And now King looking for the second one. He makes good on 1 of 2 as the Wildcats reclaim the lead over Geese by a score to 10-9 with 7 minutes to play in the second. And now Jackson with the ball. He's beyond the volleyball lines. He's going to give it to Jacobs at the top of the key. Jacobs now into Bilabreski. Bilabreski, beautiful pass over to the Angel. Faked them all out, got 2 points out of it. It's 11-10. Geese lead it with 6:36 to play in the second. And that pass gets picked off by Odell. Odell to Jackson. Jackson no good. That'll get rebounded by number 42, Kyle Anderson, into the hands of Volkert. Volkert now at the three-point line. He drives in, looking for a shot. No good, gets blocked. He'll get picked up by the Angel, but he goes out of bounds with it. It'll belong to the Wildcats with 6:18 to play in the second. And now number 22, Kyle Volkert, set to inbound. He gets it to Milliken. Oh, the King. King to Schultz. Schultz into Anderson. Anderson to Volkert. And he drops 2. He gets the J. It's 12-11. Wildcats lead it with 6:04 to play in the second. There's been many lead changes here in the game so far. Not much scoring by either team yet. Odell goes up for 2. No good. That'll get rebounded by number 40, Jason King, over into the hands of Volkert. Volkert going to pass it down to number 42, Heiser. And it's going to go out of bounds and belong to the Geese. That was off of the hands of Anderson. Checking in the Geese lineup are number 40, Brad Blake, and number 42, Brandon Lovett. And now Jacobs inbounds to Blake. He's going to give it over to Jackson. Jackson now going to give it to the Angel at three-point line. Back to Jackson at the volleyball lines. He's looking to set up a play here. He's going to give it over to Blake. Blake now looking to do something with it. He needs to get rid of it. Finds Jackson. Back to Blake. Over to the Angel. Angel now. He's going to pop for 3. No good. And Brandon Lovett gets the putback. He puts it down. It's 13-12. Geese lead it with 5:14 to play in the second. And Volkert now with the ball. He's going to run down with it to the three-point line. He's going to give it to King. Over to Schultz. Schultz to Volkert at the top of the key. And there's going to be a foul on number 44, Brett Jacobs. Jacobs will pick up foul number 1 on himself, foul number 7 on the team. They'll go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. At the line for the Wildcats shooting the 1-and-1 will be number 42, Kyle Anderson. Checking into the Geese lineup will be number 52, Mike Harlan. And he will replace Jacobs. And now Anderson set to shoot the 1-and-1. And here he goes, looking for this one. He makes good. He'll get a second chance as he ties it up for the Wildcats at 13 with 5 minutes to play in the second. And now Anderson will look for the second one here. He makes good on 2 free throws, putting the Wildcats up once again with 5 minutes to play in the second. They lead it by a score of 14-13. And now Blake with the ball. He drives into the paint and misses. Picked up by Lovett, and Lovett gets fouled on the floor. They'll get it out of bounds. And the foul was on the Wildcats, number 40, Jason King. King will pick up foul number 3 early in the game. That'll be foul number 2. That looks like it'll be foul number 3 on the Wildcats team. Collectively for the Geese are Scott Bilabreski, Mike Harlan, Jason Angel, Brandon Lovett, and Brad Blake as Bilabreski inbounds to the Angel. Angel over to Blake now. Blake's going to look to do something with it. He's going to give it to Bilabreski. Bilabreski now looking to do something with it. He's going to give it back to Blake. Blake to the Angel. Angel now posting up on him. He's going to give it to number 40, Brad Blake, into Lovett, and there's a foul on number 42, Kyle Anderson. The Geese will get it out of bounds with 4:33 to play here in the second. And there's a timeout called on the floor. There's the story, folks. Very interesting game. We'll see what happens. And the Geese's number 40, Brad Blake, inbounds. He intended that one for Lovett. Gave it too much as it went out of bounds. It'll belong to the Wildcats with 4:33 to play here in the second. And now number 44, Steven Schultz, inbounds to Volker. Volker's going to cross the half-court line. He's going to drive into him. And now into the hands of Schultz. And that gets picked off by Brad Blake. Blake now comes into the paint looking for two, no good. Going to get rebounded by Harlan. Harlan goes up, no good. Going to get rebounded by number 24, Eric Werkheiser. And now Werkheiser's going to give it to Schultz. Schultz now to Werkheiser. And Angel's going to pick up a foul. It'll be foul number 8 on the Geese and foul number 1 on Angel, as the Wildcats will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. At the line for the Wildcats will be Tingley. Checking in the Geese lineup for Bilabreski will be number 5, Josh Odell. Into the Wildcat lineup is number 50, Milliken. He replaces number 42, Kyle Anderson. And now looking for the first one. He misses. It'll go into the hands of Harlan. Harlan's going to give it over to Odell. Odell to Blake. Blake now back to Odell. Odell now going to look to give it to the Angel. Angel's going to pop for 3. No good. That's going to get rebounded by number 5, Josh Odell. Nice little pass to Harlan. Harlan's going to drop down 2. The Geese and the Wildcats are trading back the lead as the Geese lead it now by a score of 15-14 with 3:37 to play in the second. Into the hands of Schultz. Volker. Now into the hands of Werkheiser. And that gets picked off by number 5, Josh Odell. He's going to give it to the Angel. Angel going to go up for 2. He's going to get it as the Geese extend their lead to 3 now by a score of 17-14 with 3:16. Awesome 3:16 to play in the second quarter. And now Volkert with the ball. Volkert gets called for traveling. It'll belong to the Geese. And now the Wethersfield Flying Geese's number 5, Josh Odell, set to inbound. He'll inbound to number 40, Brad Blake. And now Blake set to give it over to number 23, Jason Angel. Angel back to Blake. Blake with the lob pass into Lovett. Lovett looking for an outlet. He's going to throw it off of the Wildcats number 42, Kyle Anderson. It'll go out of bounds. It'll belong to the Geese with 2:52 to play. Checking into the Geese lineup for Lovett will be number 44, Brett Jacobs. And now Odell set to inbound. He's going to get that to Blake. Blake's going to give it back to Odell, who's going to pop for 3. That's good. The Geese extend their lead to 6 now. It's 20-14. Geese hit it with 2:42 to play here in the second. And now Volker on the run. He's going to give it to number 24, Werkheiser. In the Milliken, no good. Rebounded by number 42, no good. Now to Milliken again. Milliken going to go up, no good. He's going to get it blocked by Harlan. It'll go out of bounds and will belong to the Wildcats with 2:31 to play here in the second. And now Volkert inbounds into the hands of number 44, Steven Schultz. Back over to Volkert. Volkert at the elbow, going to give it to Werkheiser. Werkheiser and the number 42, Anderson. And now he gets 2 points as the Geese lead at 20-16 with 2:14 to play in the second. And now Blake with the ball. Blake at 3-point territory, going to give it to Angel at the top of the key. Angel now over to Blake. Blake's going to give it to Jacobs. Jacobs to the Angel. Angel drives in the paint, no good. And it'll belong to the Wildcats. Last touch by the Angel. And now Schultz inbounds to Milliken. He's going to give it to Werkheiser. Werkheiser, intended pass, got picked off by number 23, Jason Angel. He gives it to Josh Odell. Odell now to Jackson for a long three. No good. It comes up just short. And that's going to get thrown way up. He tried to save it. It went up out of bounds. It'll belong to the Geese with 1:37 to play here in the half. Great attempt to save it, but it was right up there in the lights. And now Jacobs inbounds to Jackson. Jackson at the volleyball lines. He's going to give it over to Harlan at the top of the key. Intended rocket pass to Angel. Never happened. It went out of bounds. It'll belong to the Wildcats with 1:26 to play in the second. And there's Schultz with the ball. Schultz looking to get it across half-court line. Gets it into the hands of Volkert, who does get it across. At the three-point line, he's going to give it to Milliken at the top of the key. Over to Werkheiser. Werkheiser's going to give it over to Volkert. Volkert over to Schultz. Schultz to Werkheiser. Werkheiser looking for an outlet. Finds Volkert. Volkert now getting triple teamed. It's a jump ball. It'll belong to the Geese. 1 minute to play here in the second quarter. It'll be Geese ball as they lead it 20-16 over the Galva Wildcats. Checking into the Geese lineup will be number 33, Scott Vilabreski. Number 44, Brett Jacobs set the inbound. He gets it into number 33, Scott Vilabreski. Just under a minute to go here. Into the hands of Harlan. Harlan to Angel, who went up for it. No good. I'll get rebounded by Schultz. Schultz now. Oh, there's Volkert with the ball. Volkert now going to look to set something up. He's going to give it to Milliken. Just past the free throw line. In and out. Gets rebounded by Werkheiser. No good. And there's a foul on the play. They'll go to the line to shoot two. That foul was on the Geese's number 52, Mike Harlan. That was his first, team ninth at the line. Shooting two for the Wildcats will be number 42, Kyle Anderson. Now Anderson looking for the first one. He makes good on the first one. Checking back into the Geese lineup will be number 42, Brandon Lovett. He'll replace the Angel. Also into the Geese lineup will be number 32, Tamir Howe. He'll replace Odell. And now Anderson's going to look for the second one here to draw the Wildcats within two. And now he goes up with it. And he makes good on two free throws. Geese lead it over the Wildcats by a score of 20-18 with 31 seconds to play here in the second. And now Howe with the ball. He needs to get it across half-court line. And he'll get it into the hands of Vilabreski. Vilabreski drives in. And now he's going to get it out to the hands of Howe. Howe gets the three-pointer rejected. He gets it back, gives it over to Jacobs into the hands of Vilabreski. Vilabreski charges with 12 seconds left here in the second quarter. It'll belong to the Wildcats. They'll have a chance to tie it up or take a 1-point lead here into the end of the half as they'll have the ball. And now number 24, Eric Werkheiser set the inbound. Checking into the Wethersfield lineup will be number 40, Brad Blake. He replaces Vilabreski. And now set the inbound. He'll get it into Volkert with 11 seconds now. Volkert not going fast enough. Gets double teamed, throws it away. Picked up by Jacobs. Jacobs now, he gets called for traveling with 4 seconds to play here in the second. It'll belong to the Wildcats. And now the Wildcats number 24, Eric Werkheiser set the inbound. Only 4 seconds left on the clock. They'll have one shot attempt here. Go for a 2 to tie it up, or a 3 to take the lead into the half. 2 seconds now. A half quarter at the buzzer. Very close, but no cigar. At the end of 2, the Wethersfield Flying Geese lead it just by 2 over the Galva Wildcats by a score of 20-18. We now take you to your halftime report with Ahmad Rashad and Summer Sanders. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just within 30 seconds of the second half of this first annual Lincoln Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament Championship game to start. And I'd like to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic. Enjoy Coke. It's great. Oh my gosh, it's time for the third quarter of the first annual Lincoln Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. It's the championship game. The Geese lead it over the Wildcats 20-18, and the Wildcats will inbound. They get it to Volkert, and the third quarter is underway. Schultz into King. King in the paint, looking for two. He traveled. It'll belong to the Geese with 7:51 to play here in the third. And now Lovett will inbound to Jackson. Jackson crosses the half-court line. He's running down with it. He's going to look to set some kind of play up here. He's going to give it over to Bilebreski. Bilebreski's going to pop for three. That's no good. Gets rebounded by Lovett. And there's a foul on the Wildcats. It'll belong to the Geese out of bounds. I believe the foul was picked up by the Wildcats number 42, Kyle Anderson. That'll be his second, team first for the Wildcats in the half. And now Jackson set the inbound. He's going to get it to Odell. Odell over to Bilebreski. Bilebreski near the top of the key, out by the volleyball lines. He's going to give it to Jackson. And now Jackson's going to give it over to Lovett at the elbow. He's going to give it over to Odell at the top of the key. Odell now to the Angel. Angel goes up, gets 2 points, 22-18. The Geese lead it by 4 with 7:13 to play here in the third. And now Volkert's going to give it over to number 40, Jason King, who's going to pop for two. He was wide open, and he made that after Geese lead it 22-20 with 7 minutes to play in the third. Coach Greg Reinhardt during the half said that he wants to come out there and immediately bury him. So we'll see what kind of intensity we have as Josh Odell pops for three. That's no good. Gets rebounded by Jason King into the hands of Volkert. Now into the hands of Schultz. Schultz now going to come over to the free throw line. Now into the hands of King. King to Wertheiser, no good. Going to get rebounded by Bilebreski. And now with 6:34 to play in the third. The Geese lead it by 2 into the hands of Jackson. Jackson at the top of the key at the free throw at the volleyball lines. He's going to look to do something, going to give it over to Odell. Odell with the lob pass into Lovett, and he got fouled huge. They'll get it out of bounds as the Wildcat foul was on number 44, Steven Schultz. That'll be Schultz first, team second of the half. Geese will get it out of bounds. Christian Jackson is going to inbound for the Geese. Jackson now, he's going to get it to Lovett. Lovett to Odell. Odell beyond the volleyball lines. He's going to give it into Christian Jackson. Jackson passed to deflected, got it back. Now he's going to give it over to Bilebreski. And Scott now coming into the paint, no good. Got his own rebound, and he got blocked. Questionable call there. And now King with the ball. He's going to give it out to Volkert. Volkert at the free throw line gives it over to Schultz. Schultz now back to Volkert. Andy number 42, Anderson, out to King. And King travels with it. He'll get it out of bounds. It'll belong to the Geese with 5:43 to play here in the third. The Geese lead it over the Wildcats by a score of 22-20, and the Angel inbound. He gets it into Jackson. Jackson gonna cross half-court line, gonna give it to Odell. And now Odell looking to set something up here. He's gonna give it to Jacobs. Jacobs at the top, he gives it into Lovett. Got stripped of it, he's gonna fight for it, no good. But number 44, Steven Schultz, went out of bounds with it as he fell down. Had control, went out of bounds. It'll belong to the Geese with 5:26 to play here in the third. And now Jackson set the inbound. He's going to get it into Odell at the top of the key. Back to Jackson. Little pass intended for Lovett. Got picked off. Lovett gets it back. He's going to give it over to Jackson. Now Jackson, he's going to look to do something with it. He's going to get it into Jacobs. Jacobs, intended pass for Lovett. Gets deflected by number 22, Kyle Volkert. It goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Geese with 5:08 to play in the third. Now Jackson set the inbound for the Geese. He's going to get it into Jacobs. Jacobs now looking to do something with it. He's going to get it to Lovett. Lovett now going to give it back to Odell. Odell over to Jackson. Jackson at the top of the key. He's going to give it back to Odell. Odell's going to drive in with it just short. And he comes in, gets 2 points. Geese lead it by 4 by a score of 24-20. And now Schultz with the ball looking across the half-court line. He does. And now he's going to look to do something with it here. He's getting guarded hard by Odell. Going to give it over to number 42, Anderson. And that pass intended got picked off by number 21, Christian Jackson. Under 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play here in the third. Odell with the ball. Lob pass intended for Lovett got picked off by Schultz. And now into the hands of Volkert. Volkert now into number 40, Jason King. Got blocked by Angel. And now into the hands of Jackson. Jackson, Odell. Odell travels with it. It'll belong to the Wildcats with 4:08 to play in the third. Checking in the Geese lineup will be number 40, Brad Blake. And now the Wildcats want to talk it over. They'll call timeout. There's the story, folks. Wildcats number 44, Steven Schultz inbounds to Volkert. He'll give it back to Schultz. Schultz over to number 24, Eric Werkheiser. And now over to Volkert, who's going to draw the foul from number 21, Christian Jackson. Jackson will pick up his, let's see, Jackson will pick up foul number 2. It'll be foul number 1 on the Geese here in the half, as they've only picked up 1 foul. That's very rare for the Geese because they're usually a high fouling team. King back to Volkert now. Volkert gonna look to give it to number 44, Steven Schultz at the top of the key. Over to number 40, Jason King. King lost it into the hands of number 21, Christian Jackson. Now Jackson's gonna bring it down. He's gonna give it to the Angel at the 3-point territory. He's gonna drive in, gonna give it to Harlan. Harlan lost it, and there's gonna be a fight for it. It'll be a jump ball. It'll belong to the Geese. Wethersfield's number 21, Christian Jackson, set to inbound now. And Jackson is going to inbound to number 44, Brett Jacobs. He never got the handle on it. Right into the hands of Volkert. Now Jason King with the ball. And there's Volkert once again. Volkert intended pass for number 44. Steven Schultz got deflected by the Geese. It'll belong to the Wildcats with 3:21 to play here in the third. Very low scoring game here tonight. It's been a seesaw matchup all night. Geese and the Wildcats have been trading the lead back and forth. Geese thus far hold the lead by 4. And now Schultz at the elbow. He's going to drop down 2 as the Geese lead it over the Wildcats by a score of 24-22. And 3:04 to play in the third. Now Jackson going to give it over to Blake. Blake's going to give it over to the Angel just short of 3-point territory. Over to Jackson at the top of the key. He's going to give the lob pass to Lovett. Lovett now looking for an outlet. He's going to come in. He's going to shoot for 2. He's going to get it. Geese lead it by a score of 26-22 with 2:43 to play here in the third. And now Schultz with the ball. He's going to get, that was King now over to Schultz. And into the hands of Volkert. Volkert to Schultz. Schultz now over to Werkheiser. Werkheiser to Milliken just short of the free throw line for 2. No good. Going to get rebounded by Jason King. Into the hands of number 44. Schultz into Volkert for 3. No good. That'll get rebounded by the Angel. Angel now going to come down with it. He gets called for double dribbling. Angel was very tentative on that play, and he got called for it with 2:12 to play here in the third. The Geese lead it over the Galva Wildcats by a score of 26-22. The Geese, the Wildcats will have it out of bounds here. Checking into the Geese lineup will be number 33, Scott Bilabreski. Inbounding for the Wildcats will be number 44, Steven Schultz. He'll get it into Volkert. Volkert now is going to give it over to King. King going to get it to Schultz. Schultz back to King. King over to Volkert. Volkert at 3-point territory is going to give it over to Schultz once again. Schultz to Milliken. Milliken now looking to do something. He's going to give it back to Schultz. Schultz into Milliken once again, just short of the paint. He's going to go for two. He gets it. The Wildcats draw to within two now as the Geese lead it 26-24 with 1:42 to play here in the third. And now Brad Blake with the ball. He's going to look to do something with it here. He dribbles with it, looking for an outlet now. He's going to find number 52, Mike Harlan. Harlan, intended pass for Lovett, gets picked off by number 24, Eric Werkheiser, and now into the hands of Volkert. Volkert now with the ball. He's going to give it over to Milliken, and now into the hands of Schultz. Back to Volkert. Volkert now, he's going to draw the foul from number 40, Brad Blake. Blake will pick up foul number 1 on himself. Team foul number 2 of the half for the Geese with 1:11 to play. Here in the third, the Geese lead over the Wildcats by a score of 26-24. Very low scoring by both teams so far, especially here in the third quarter. As I believe the Geese have only scored 6, and so have the Wildcats. Checking into the Wildcat lineup will be number 30, Tobias Tinglet. Also in is Volkert inbounds. Now into the hands of King. King to Volkert. Volkert getting the feed. And now into the hands of Schultz. Over to King. King now back out to King once again. He missed that shot. Going to get rebounded by number 42, Kyle Anderson. And Lovett's going to pick up a foul. And that will be Brandon Lovett. Oh, excuse me, that was on Angel. That'll be his second team third. And the Geese want to talk it over as they have not been executing their game plan very well. Neither have the Wildcats, but both teams expect more out of each other. Geese are going to talk it over. Here's the story for you. The Geese take a full timeout. We'll be back in a minute. At the line, shooting 2 for the Wildcats will be number 42, Kyle Anderson. And now Anderson for the first one. He gets it, drawing the Wildcats to within 1 with 53.9 seconds to play here in the third. The Geese lead over the Wildcats by a score of 26-25. And now Anderson will look for the second one. He makes it, and it's all tied up now with 53 seconds to play here in the third. And now Jackson with the ball. He's going to give it over to Jacobs for 3. That comes up short and get rebounded by Jacobs. And now Jackson's going to go up for 2. No good. That'll get rebounded by number 30, Tobias Tingley. And now into the hands of Volkert. Volkert's going to give it over to King. King now looking to do something with it. 27 seconds to play here in the third. He's going to give it back to Volkert. Volkert over to Tingley. And now into the hands of King. King over to Volkert. Volkert at the volleyball lines. He's going to give it to Anderson. Anderson now over to Schultz. Schultz to King. King now looking to do something with it. 8 seconds to play here in the third. As number 44 with the ball over to Volkert. 2 seconds. He's going to go up with it. No good. At the end of 3, the Wethersfield Flying Geese and the Galva Wildcats still in a dead heat. All tied at 26. This will be a wild fourth quarter for both teams, as the struggle of power will determine the game here. Let's see what will happen here in the fourth. Okay, we're all set to start off the fourth quarter of play. The Wildcats will have the ball to start off the fourth quarter, as number 22, Volkert, will inbound the ball. We're set for fourth quarter action of the first annual Lincoln Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament Championship matchup between the Geese and the Wildcats. And the inbound pass is good to number 30, Tobias Tingley. He gives it back to Volkert. Volkert now is going to give it over to King. King's going to get it in to number 22, Anderson. And now Tingley into the paint for 2. And the Wildcats have reclaimed the lead, 28-26, with 7:42 to play here in the fourth. And now Odell with the ball. He's going to give it to Jackson. Jackson over to the Angel. Angel at the free throw line. Going to go for 2. It's no good. There's a foul on the play. It'll be on number... That foul will be on number 30 of the Wildcats, Tobias Tingley. That'll be his first, team third of the half for the Wildcats. At the line shooting 2 for the Geese will be number 23, Jason Angel. Angel makes good on the first one, drawing the Geese to within one now. It's 27-28 with 7:32 to play here in the fourth. And now the Angel look for the second one. This could tie it up. It does. It's all tied at 28. Now the Wildcats will inbound into the hands of Volkert. Volkert's going to give it over to Tingleaf. Back to Volkert. Volkert's going to cross half-court line with it. And now going to give it over to number 40, Jason King. Volkert over to Anderson. Anderson got it stripped, and it will belong to the Wildcats with 7:15 to play here in the fourth. It's all tied at 28. There's number 40, Jason King, going to pop for three. No good. And that'll get rebounded by number 21, Christian Jackson. Jackson going to get stripped of it into the hands of Wildcat number 44, Steven Schultz. And now Schultz going to give it to number 40 and into the hands of Volkert. Volkert now at the elbow, going to go. Nope, that's an air ball. It'll belong to the Wildcats. Checking into the Geese lineup will be number 44, Brett Jacobs, and number 40, Brad Blake. They'll replace Lovett and Jackson. And now number 40, Jason King, over to Kyle Volkert. Volkert's going to give it over to King. King over to, oh boy, what's his name? And there's number 42, Kyle Anderson for two, putting the Wildcats up by two. It's 30-28. Wildcats lead it with 6:26 to play here in the fourth. And now Brad Blake with the ball. He's going to look to set something up here. He's going to give it over to Jacobs. Lob pass to the Angel. Angel going to go up for two. He makes it. It's all tied at 30 with 6:13 to play here in the fourth. And now Jason King going to give it over to Kyle Volkert. Volkert into a number 30, Tobias Tingleaf. He misses. Now get rebounded by Tingleaf. And no basket. There's a foul on the floor. That foul will be on the Geese's number 5, Josh Odell. That's his first, team third of the half. And now inbounded to Jason King. King to Milliken. Milliken gonna go up for two. No, got fouled by Odell. At the free throw line, shooting two for the Wildcats will be number 50, Milliken. He makes good on the first one. As the Wildcats reclaim the lead once again, 30-31 with 6 minutes to play here in the fourth. Checking into the Geese lineup for Scott Bilebreski will be number 52, Mike Harlan. Now Milliken looking to put the Wildcats up by 2. That will be no good. Gets rebounded by number 52, Mike Harlan, over to Brad Blake. Wildcats lead it by 1, 31-30 with 5:51 to play in the fourth. And now over to Odell, back to Blake. Blake's going to give it to Odell once again, who's going to pop for 3. No good. That'll get rebounded by Anderson. Now Anderson's going to give it to Volkert into an open Milliken, who lost the handle. He's going to look for it. Nobody got fouled by number 52, big Mike Harlan. Mike Harlan will pick up foul number 2. Foul number 5 of the half for the Geese. And the Geese want to talk it over with 5:35 to play here in the fourth. The Wildcats lead it over the Geese by a score of 31-30. And shooting 2 for the Wildcats, number 50, Milliken. He looks for the first one. It's good. The Wildcats are up by 2 now. A score of 32-30 here in the fourth with 5:35 to play. And now Milliken looking for the second one. He'll go up with it. He makes good on both free throws. It's now 33-30. Wildcats lead it with 5:32 to play here in the fourth. And the Wildcats are on their feet. It's defense. I can't even see the action. It's over to number 5, Josh Odell now. And number 23, Jason Angel with the ball at the three-point line. He thought about it, thought better of it. He's going to give it into Jacobs. And there's a foul on the floor. Odell set to inbound. That'll get picked off by Volkert. And now into the hands of Anderson. Over to number 44, Steven Schultz. Schultz now looking to do something with it. He's going to give it to number 22, Kyle Volkert. Volkert at the elbow is going to give it over to number 40, back to number 22, Kyle Volkert. And to Schultz. Schultz got blocked into the hands of Milliken. Milliken got fouled by the Geese. That foul will be on Geese's number 5, Josh Odell. And now Josh Odell will pick up foul number 3, foul number 7, on the team at the line, shooting 2 for the Wildcats, number 50, Milliken. He misses the first one. That's a brick right off the back of the rim. Checking in the Geese lineup, replacing Blake and Harlan will be number 42, Brandon Lovett, and number 21, Christian Jackson. And now Milliken looking for the second one. He makes good on 1 of 2. The Wildcats have their biggest lead of the night, 34-40, with 4:46 to play here in the fourth. And there is Christian Jackson. He's going to give it over to Josh Odell. Odell to Lovett. Lovett now looking to do something with it at the free throw line. Going to give it to the Angel. Angel now. He's going to lose the ball. He'll pick it back up, though. And it's a jump ball. It'll belong to the Geese. With 4:28 to play here in the fourth, the Wildcats lead it over the Geese by a score of 34-30. And now Jackson set the inbound. He's going to get it to Odell. Odell's going to give it to Jacobs. Over to Jackson. Jackson now looking to do something with it. He's going to give it over to Odell now. And the Wildcat fans are loud and rowdy. And Odell over to Jackson, to the Angel. Angel now spins around, gets trapped. And there's Jackson open for 3, comes up way short. Jacobs gets a rebound, no good. The putback by Angel is good. The Geese draw to within 2 with 4 minutes to play. The Wildcats lead it 34-32 into the hands of Schultz. And now to King. King going to give it to Volkert. Volkert back to King once again to Schultz now. Schultz at the top of the key is going to... And we have a foul. It'll belong to the Geese. Wildcats number 50, Milliken picks up his first foul, team 5th of the half. Geese will get it out of bounds as Jacobs inbounds to Jackson. The Geese can now look to tie it with a 2, perhaps take the lead with a 3, with 3:37 to play here in the fourth. Into the hands of Odell, now Jackson looking to do something with it. Into the Angel, Angel gonna score 2. 34-all with just under 3:30 to play here in the fourth. And now Schultz with the ball. Whoa. And now Volkert over to Milliken. Milliken at the 3-point line. He ain't going to shoot that. Volkert now over to number 40. King to Schultz. The lob into Milliken. No good. Going to get rebounded by number 5, Josh Odell. And now Odell comes down with it. Going to look to set up something to take the lead here into the hands of Jackson. Back to Odell at the top of the team. Just under 3 minutes to play. Love it at the elbow. Going to give it back to Odell. Odell over to Jackson now. He's at 3-point territory. He's going to give it to the Angel. Angel now. Going to look to do something with it. He's going to give it to Angel. Angel back to Angel for 3. It's good. And the Geese have taken a 3-point lead with 37-34 with 2:40 to play here in the fourth. And the Wildcats want to talk it over. The Geese are on their feet. The Wildcats are on their feet. This is going to be a heck of a game here in the last few minutes. Stay tuned to see what happens. And it will be Wildcat ball with 2:40 to play here in the fourth. The Geese lead it by 3 over the Wildcats, 37-34. And the inbound from Schultz is into Volkert. Clock's ticking, tick, tick, tick. And into the hands of Schultz once again. Schultz gets to King. King at the elbow is going to give it over to Anderson. Anderson to 2, no good. Going to go out of bounds off of Galva. It'll belong to the Geese with 2:24 to play in the fourth. The Geese lead it by 3, 37-34. And Jacobs inbounds to Jackson. Jackson now going to cross. They're going to play this tough game now. That's what they're going to have to do if they want to win this game here. Lovett with the ball, going to give it over to an open Odell for three. It's good! As the Geese have taken a 6-point lead. It's 40-34 with 2:07 to play here in the fourth. And now King with the ball. He's a man on a mission, and he draws a foul from number 23, Jason Angel. Angel will pick up foul number 3 on himself. Foul number 8 on the team. At the line, shooting 1-1 for the Wildcats will be number 40, Jason King. King can draw on the Wildcats to within 4 if he makes both of these. And now the first one, it's good. It's 40-35 with 2:03 to play here in the fourth. As King will get a second chance here to try and draw the Wildcats to within 4. And the second shot's up. It's no good. Going to get rebounded by the Angel. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth. And the Geese have a 5-point lead. He's going to give that over to the Angel. Angel now to Odell. Odell's going to give it to Lovett now. Lovett looking to do something with it. Lovett going to give it to the Angel at the free throw line. Free throw line shot by Angel is no good. Going to get rebounded by Schultz. 1:42 to play here in the fourth. And the Wildcats can pull to within 3 or 2. And now into Milliken. Milliken going to go up for it. No good, but he does pick up the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Geese foul was on number 23, Jason Angel. That was his 4th. And now Angel is in huge trouble of being fouled out here in the last crucial minutes of the game. The Geese are going to need him if they want to stay on top. Milliken at the line, 2 shots, no good. On the first one, he'll get another chance. He can draw him to within 4 here with 1:34 to play here in the fourth. And here's Milliken looking for the second free throw. He makes good on 1 of 2. Wildcats pull to within 4. It's 40-36. Geese lead it with 1:34 to play in the fourth. The inbound pass gets to Jackson, back to Jacobs now. Jacobs is set to get it over to Jackson, cross half court line. Now they're going to play that tough offense here on the Wildcats. Going to give it over to number 5, Josh Odell. 1:20 to play here in the fourth. Over to the Angel. Angel now is going to drive in on him. And there's going to be a foul on number 44, Stephen Schultz. That'll be foul number 6 on the Wildcats team. The foul was on number 44, Stephen Schultz. That was his second. Inbounding for the